Hello everyone. Let's solve an example about hypothesis testing for two populations. So let's read the question. Daily buying prices of 8 currencies against Turkish lira at the first and the 30th days of the new COVID-19 pandemic in Turkey are recorded. So the data is given below. Test the hypothesis that there is a significant difference of the pandemic on currency under 5% significance level. So we need to understand that we need to test the significance of the effect of the pandemic, which means we need to just test the first day and the 30th day of the currencies. So before that, we need to understand these two populations are dependent or independent. So this is the first population and this is the second population. So it's easy to understand that since they belong to the same currency, first day of the US dollar and the 30th day of the US dollar, so they are dependent. So since it is a dependent case, the hypothesis testing will be on some kind of difference, which means, so difference mu d. So we define a new parameter called mu d. Mu d will be equal to mu1 minus mu2. Okay, so the hypothesis will be like that. If we try to understand the significant difference, significant effect of the pandemic, which means the mean differences, actually mu d is equal to 0, or mean difference mu d is not equal to 0. If this is not equal to 0, then it means that there's a significant effect. So we will use only this part. So in order to just test this statistic, we need a test statistic called TH, which is equal to mu d, which is equal to d bar minus mu d over st over square root of n. So we need some kind of d bar and st. So how can we find that? So in here, in the table, I've just already put a difference column in here. So we need to take the differences of each row, each currency, one by one. So when I do this, I get these values. So we have these differences. So in order to find d bar, we need all these d values, take the sum of all these d values and divide it by n. So which is actually over 8, and I get d bar as minus 0.245. Now we need to find st, which is, the formula is for st is di minus d bar square over n minus 1. So it is the sum. So how can I find this? Let's open another column in a new sheet. So let's call it di minus d bar square column. So one by one, we will just write down all these values. So for example, the first one is minus 0.58 minus 0.245 square. Actually, this is minus, this is minus 245 square. So one by one we can do these and write down. So these are the values for this column. So the formula was, again I need to write down the total of di minus d bar square over n minus 1, and this is the square root. So I need to sum these values. Actually the sum will be equal to 0.2864, and this is the result. And so this is SD. Now I can just go back to my statistic formula and write down it. TH is equal to, so what is d bar? D bar is minus 0.245 minus, what is mu d? Mu d is equal to 0 actually, so this is an assumption, over, what is SD? SD is here, over square root of 8. So the result is minus 3.42. So this is a t distribution, and my hypothesis is two-sided. So I need to draw a t distribution which is two-sided. And what is alpha? Alpha is here, 5%, so here is alpha over 2, which is this, and here is alpha over 2. So I need to find the t value for here, for alpha over 2, alpha over 2. What is my degrees of freedom? df, which is n minus 1, which is 8 minus 1, which is 7. So t 0.025 with the degrees of freedom 7. In the table, when you look at the table, you will see that it is 2.365. So, and I also have the minus sign, which is this. So I can now compare this test statistic value with my threshold values. So when I look at this value, I can say that this value falls into this region, which is in rejection region. So how is my decision? So since minus 3.43 is less than minus 2.365, H0 is rejected. What does this mean? This means that, comment, under 5% significance level, there is a significant effect of the pandemic on currencies, which means if I reject H0, then this is not valid. So we can say that the difference is not 0, which means there is a significant difference between values, which is there is a significant effect of the pandemic. So the question is done. Thanks for watching.